Hello, this is CurtisCroweThePhotoPro here, and today what we're going to show you is how warming up your images in Lightroom can really make a big difference. Now, what do I mean by warming up? Well, every photo you take, there's a white balance meter, and it's measured in temperature, in Kelvin actually. And you have a scale here that turns your images either more blue or more yellow. Now, in our camera, if we go automatically or if we use the Lightroom software to choose auto, it'll always make our images a little more blue than what really should be. And if you really want to give your model a nice glow and the environment a very welcoming look, you can warm up the temperature just mildly, and it makes a huge difference. Let's take a look at that again. We're going to undo that. So see that minor adjustment, and even as you watch it, I'm going to slowly slide it back up. You can just see how it's becoming more and more better. So that's one example. I got 5 examples here. So we got this image. This image is very blue. She's looking rather pale because of this. And even when I was at the shoot, she didn't actually look this pale. The environment didn't look this this white or this blue or this cold. It was much warmer looking. We had a much more yellow glow in the lighting, but the camera doesn't understand that. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust it to wherever we feel looks the best. Now, as you can tell, if you go up too high, it goes from looking natural to looking more like an artistic photo or an vintage photo, if you will. If that's the look you're going for, great. But I typically don't like to go quite to 50,000 Kelvin. I like to go a bit warmer. Like here is probably what would be considered good, but I like it a little warmer than good. So I'm going to put it right about there. So I feel like that's a much more welcoming image. It's a lot more natural to what her real skin color was. And I think this looks so much more natural and so much more better and so much more appealing both for the model and for the environment around her. Now as we go here, we're going to go ahead and warm it up. See, we can just... You usually want to take a look at what's white in the photo. Like, for example, she's wearing a white shirt. So if you start going through here and you start seeing it get a little too yellow, the image is probably a little too yellow. So let's bring it back again. I usually stick most of my photos anywhere between, now granted, depending on your lighting, it can vary quite a bit. But typically with the most lighting that I shoot in, I'm usually between 5800 to 7200 is pretty much my golden spot that I like. So like right here, I like it. Actually, let's go back real quick. So let's actually take a look. So that's how it was before. That's how it is now. Do you see the difference? Do you see how much better that is and how much more welcoming that is? Just how much better image quality you get from warming up your images a little bit. Let's see here. We're going to warm it up again. Now, some images, as you can see here, it looks a little too warm at 6900, but when we go to the last one where we're at 6800, it doesn't look too warm. So you really got to play with this per picture. So like I'm going to go a little cooler on this one, probably right around there, because the camera or the lighting was probably already naturally warmer, so we don't have to warm it up quite as much. And then our last image. Let's add our preset that I like. There we go. And brighten it up a little bit. There we go. We should see the difference now better. Oh yeah, look at that. And see, again, I'm going over this again. You really have to adjust this per photo because we're at 3200 for the auto, and it already looks way better at 5100. So I doubt we'll hit like 6800 on this photo. I mean, we can. We wanted to, but I feel like that's too harsh and that's going to do a disservice to the photo. So I think the sweet spot's right around here. And as I go editing farther in and I make other adjustments, I may want to go warmer or cooler depending on those adjustments. Well, as you can tell, this is just 5 images of 224 in which I did a modeling shoot with. And these are 5 among many examples in which warming up the image really makes a world of difference when you're trying to make your model look very welcoming and pleasing, and trying to make your environment look welcoming and pleasing, and giving it just a very relaxing appeal to it, all by changing one little very simple slider, and that's your temp slider in your treatment section of Lightroom. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know down below if you have any questions about Lightroom. I'm very quick to answer, and I'm very happy to get any questions from you guys. If you want to see the high-res images of these photos, I will keep the full-res samples in the description down below. Alright, well that's about all the time I have for today. I hope this was very educational for you as far as color, lighting treatment, and all that other good jazz. If you'd like to go ahead and subscribe, this has been Curtis Crowe, the Photo Pro, and as I always do, toodles.